What's up, everybody? This is me, Yawar Manzoor, and I believe everybody of you is doing great, nice, and absolutely fine. Okay, so in this video, I'll be talking about a beautiful concept that will definitely blow your mind. Once you get to understand this, afterwards you will love it. Okay, you will love it definitely. And this is a piece of information about me. You can definitely read it out from the screen itself. And I welcome you to JEE English Unacademy. If you haven't subscribed yet, I suggest you to subscribe as soon as possible. Okay, and hit that bell notification button as well. Now, these are some of the benefits that you get in Plus and Iconic. This is our own platform on Unacademy. So many benefits you're gonna get in this one. And in Iconic, you'll be getting all the benefits you get in Plus, and there are some extra benefits. You can definitely read it out from the screen itself. Fine. Now, a lot of people were saying that previously, sir, there isn't any branch or any batch on Unacademy which is completely in English. We have recently launched this Spark batch. This is for JEE 2023 people. If they want to basically increase their rank, if they want to boost their rank in their upcoming JEE, they should definitely go for this one, because countries or the top educators from different states are basically teaching you over there. So definitely you should join this batch as soon as possible. Next one is the Shine batch. We have recently launched this Shine batch also. You can enroll in this one as well. This is for 2022 people. They can definitely go for this one. Okay, let's come on to this beautiful concept right now that I'll be making you understand in this one. Now see, if I say you, this is the common question that I can exactly ask you. If I say, what is the momentum of this body over here? If this car is traveling from this point to this point, if I ask you to tell me the momentum at this point, you'll simply say, what is the velocity of this car over here? For example, that is V. What is the mass? That is M. If I ask you what is the momentum, you will simply say momentum is nothing but mass times velocity. That's okay. If I say the velocity of the body is changing from this point to this point, and if I say over here the velocity is, for example, V dash, mass is that same M that you keep saying every single time. If I ask you to tell me the momentum at this point, you will simply say momentum at this point is, for example, I would say that's P dash. It will be nothing but mv dash. Exactly. That is the mass of the body over here, and this velocity v dash. Now, velocity in this case is changing from this point to this point, but mass remains constant, okay? That you keep doing in your Newton's laws of motion and other chapters, okay? So, mass remains constant, velocity is changing. How you are supposed to find the velocity at every point? By using that equation of motion, v is equal to ds by dt, whatever it is, you can easily find it, okay? Not a problem. Now, the point is, if I ask you this question, if the mass of a body is also changing from this point to this point, in that case, how you are supposed to find the momentum? See, this was the general case in which you are keeping the mass as a constant, m over here, velocity, even if it is changing, still you would be able to find the momentum. But if the mass is also changing, in that case, how you are supposed to find the momentum? That is the point. Okay, now the first question that should hit our mind is, the mass of a body changing exactly whenever the mass comes in motion, whenever the body comes in motion? Definitely yes. We have a relation, that is m is equal to m naught by a root of 1 minus v square by c square. What is this? This says that how much is the mass of any body if that body is in motion. Understand? See, in this case, this basically says this is nothing but actual mass. What is actual mass? That mass in motion. When the body is at rest, at that point of time, whatever the mass of the body is, that's what we call the rest mass. That is not the actual mass. Keep that thing in your mind. When the body is in motion, at that point of time, if we calculate the mass of that body, that is the actual mass. This is what we call the mass in motion, whatever it is. Now, if the mass of a body, if the actual mass is equal to the mass, rest mass, then this should be correctly equal. Then this should be directly equal to this m naught. But there is something in the denominator as well. So we can say from this one, the mass of a body, the actual mass in motion of a body changes whenever the body comes in motion. Understand? This is the point over here. Now, according to this relation, how exactly the mass of a body is changing? Let me just give you the feel, and I'll just answer this question as well. Why do you take the mass of a body as constant in your normal cases that you have studied in your Newton's laws or in your normal physics that you see? Now see, if I say, for example, this car is moving with a velocity of 30 meter per second, 40 meter per second, okay, fine. And this is rest mass. What is this v square? V square is with what velocity this car is traveling. 30 meter per second, 40, 50, 100, 200, whatever it is, fine. Not more than that, okay? Now, we cannot go maximum possible speed that we can go 500, 600, okay? Fine, kilometer per hour, whatever it is. Now, What is this c? C is basically the speed of light. Understand? 3 into 10 raised power 8. Now, if you do one thing, you have to find the mass of this body whenever it is in motion. So you'll put the mass of that body over here. What is the mass of that body? Rest mass I'm talking about. So you'll put that over here, and 1 minus v square upon c square. Now, what is v square? That is 30 square, 40 square upon c square by very large amount, and that square, that is the speed of light, it's square. So very small amount by very large amount. So this term will be approximately equal to 0. So 1 minus 0, this will be 1. So root of 1, m will be equal to m naught. So in that case, whenever the body has not that much of velocity, very less amount of velocity, like 30, 40 in comparison to this one I'm saying, okay? So in that case, we are taking the rest mass equal to the mass in motion. Why exactly? Because this term over here is becoming 0. 1 minus 0 is 0. So m is equal to m naught. But in actual, the mass of a body changes. So this term will become approximately equal to 0, not absolutely equal to 0. That's why. So 1 minus 0, 0. So this will be equal to this one. That's why we take. But in actual, the mass of a body changes. The mass of a body changes. Now, in what cases we can see exactly the mass of a body changing? Now, in that case, if this body is moving with a speed which is comparable to the speed of light, if you put that speed over here, and this term will have some value, 1 minus 0, this will have some value, this will have some lesser value. So if this term decreases in the denominator, obviously this mass will increase. So eventually this mass of a body changes when this mass comes in motion. So at that point of time, we can see the mass of a body is changing completely. Understand? So over here, in that case, you have to put the value of speed that much, which is actually the comparable, which we can compare with the speed of light. Understand? Then in that case, we can find this one. Now, from now onwards, if I ask you to tell me the momentum at any point, even if the mass of a body is also changing, by using this equation, you can find the mass of a body at any point if that body is in motion by using this formula. And if you have to find the velocity at any point, that you can find easily by using those equations of motion and all. Fine. Now there comes question. Now, this is the main concept that I wanted to actually tell you. This is a relativistic momentum. See, the momentum that you have studied till now, that is non-relativistic momentum. P is equal to mv, in which you take the mass of a body as constant when the mass comes in motion. But if I ask you to tell me if this car is traveling from this point to this point, at any point, if I ask you if the velocity is changing as well as mass is changing, over here, if I say tell me the velocity over here, you will say simply dv by ds by dt. Okay, fine. Can use this formula in order to find the velocity. If I ask you to find the mass at this point also, what formula are you going to use? That is nothing but m is equal to m naught, that is the rest mass, upon 1 minus v square by c square. Understand? This one. Now tell me the momentum at this point. So mass of this point over here is this m, velocity is this v. Now tell me the momentum. You will say this momentum is nothing but that is m naught by root of 1 minus v square by c square multiplied by this velocity of this body over here. So definitely this is what we call the relativistic momentum. Understand? This is what we call the relativistic momentum. That momentum, when the mass of a body is also changing, in that case, if we are supposed to find the momentum, that's what we call the relativistic momentum. I hope you like this concept. Thank you so much. And I want to tell you, basically, you can take this plus subscription for 12 months, 18 months and 24 months. The prices are mentioned over here, and by using my code, you can definitely get the maximum possible discount. Same is the case for Iconic for 12 months, 18 months, 24 months. You can use my code in order to get the maximum possible discount. Thank you so much. I hope you liked this video. Like this, share this. Thank you.